Listen, I was just a part of the biggest nonfiction book launch in history. Alex Hormozi just dropped $100 million Money Models, the third book in his series. And it's all about creating a consistent growth engine within your firm that you maximize cash collected per client. And in an age of AI where automation is taking over everything, lawyers are worried even more so about retaining profitability more than ever. So the long and short of it is that the more problems you solve for your clients, the more cash you get to collect. Now, you're a lawyer, so you obviously understand that the ABA has model rules specifically designated that define what's permissible and what's not within your legal practice. Let's take Rule 1.5, for example, fees. In this rule, it specifically states that attorneys cannot bill for time that they did not actually spend working on a matter. I could see this especially being problematic for hourly-based firms, as it seems to be incompatible with creating a high-profit law firm, especially if you consider that Best Lawyers performed a survey in 2025 in which over 50% of the attorney respondents indicated that they saw the legal profession going more towards alternative fee models like flat fee, value-based billing, or subscription-based models. It's no wonder that there's so much confusion within the legal profession, especially when I've talked to my clients and heard this sentiment ring true throughout the profession, especially with the mediators and litigators, that there is no such thing as a successful mediation until both parties walk away equally unsatisfied. But it's interesting because the famous economist Theodore Levitt surmised in the Harvard Business Review that business does not occur until both parties walk away feeling like they got the best end of the deal. So how can these two ideas hold true simultaneously? Well, I started thinking about Alex Hormozi's first book, $100 Million Offers, and then everything instantly came full circle. So in the first Offers book, Alex laid out the foundation for what he calls the value equation. You agree to provide something of value, and then in exchange, your client agrees to pay you. As long as they feel like they're getting disproportionately more value than what they gave up, then you have a deal. Now, this is where technology comes into play. It operates as a force multiplier. And the most profitable law firms use technology to their advantage to create leverage. Basically meaning they get more out of the system than the energy that they put into it. So whether you're using AI to automate drafting legal arguments, or if you're using technology to automatically calendar court deadlines or update clients on the status of their matter, all of these serve as ways to either A, increase the likelihood that your client will achieve their desired outcome, B, decrease the time required to achieve that outcome, or C, decrease the effort sacrifice that they need to input in order to achieve that same outcome. These all ultimately compound on top of each other to create value, and value is what clients pay for. So by stacking all of these things together, you can create a profitable law firm and still remain compliant with the ABA's model rules. But in order for this to work, you need a plan in place. So I tell my clients to solve for the largest constraint within their legal services model. You don't want to just go about implementing technology for the sake of it. There has to be intention behind everything you do. So these are all the ways that you can create value and then ultimately drive a much more profitable legal services model. Moral of the story, know what your clients actually value within your engagements. And the only way you actually figure that out is by asking. Now, you should also look to create as many ways to consume your legal services as possible. So think this way. If there's a client who says no to a service because it's too high priced, you should look to create a way to pare down that service so that they can still achieve a similar outcome, but do it at a lower, more cost-effective rate. They may say yes to that. And by this, you maximize the number of individuals that you're able to help, which again, fulfills your ethical duties as an attorney, and it allows you to maximize cash. It's a double win. Next, you should use technology for as many things as you can within your firm. You should be looking to automate all the routine tasks so that you can maximize your effort and energy expenditure into each matter. The more matters you're able to get through, the more profit at the end of the day. And then lastly, every successful engagement that you take on, you should be asking your clients to refer you to someone that they know and trust. It lowers down the barriers to entry and makes you that much more profitable. And take all of these things and combine them together, and now you're running the law firm of the future.